The winter break for the Formula One governing body, the FIA, was never going to be peace and quiet as significant news emerged with the FIA sporting director Steve Nielsen, who has held a position for less than a year, decided to step down because allegedly the reason being internal chaos in FAA, and he sent out a bombastic statement which sent shockwaves through the paddock. This will raise questions about the future of the two entities and the way they work with each other. So could we see a tectonic shift on the horizon? The FIA has been a hot mess over the past few weeks, marked by numerous instances of drama and controversy. Another issue has come to light in recent days, and for those who might have missed the story, the current major point of contention between Formula One and the FIA appears to revolve around the leadership of Mohammed bin Sulayem, as there seems to be a strong desire within Formula One to see him removed, with people not satisfied with his actions. To provide some context, if you're not already familiar, Toto Wolff and his wife Susie underwent an investigation, though it wasn't a thorough one. They were placed under scrutiny by the FAA for approximately 24 to 48 hours, and this occurred following rumors suggesting potential compliance issues with their respective roles in the sport. It's noteworthy that all the teams in Formula One vehemently denied having prompted the FIA to initiate this investigation, expressing confusion about its origin, and even Formula One itself was highly critical of the announcements made by all parties involved in this unfolding saga. Whenever conflicts arise between a governing body, the FIA, and Formula One teams, the response is often a threat to break away and manage the sport independently, and despite the complexity of commercial rights, with the FIA technically owning Formula One but leasing out ownership to the Formula One management group, such threats have been recurrent over the years. Recent actions by the FIA suggest a lack of confidence in their governance, and while fans are well aware of controversial decisions, questionable penalties, and inconsistent race stewarding, exemplified by incidents like the Grand Prix in 2021. While Michael Massey's departure marked a change, concerns persist about the effectiveness of current stewards, and beyond race operational governance, other issues plague the FIA, including the imposition of fees for teams to challenge decisions and an increase in maximum fines for drivers. These steps appear to be aimed at discouraging criticism, which makes me think how much FIA actually trusts its decisions. Hence the surprise when a couple of days ago news emerged that Steve Nielsen was going to resign from his role as FIA's sporting director. He originally appointed at the start of this year, having had a lengthy career in Grand Prix racing at a number of teams, including Lotus, Tyrrell, Benetton, Williams and AlphaTauri, prior to working at Formula One management. While sources have indicated Nielsen's departure is a done deal, there has been no official statement from the FIA about the matter, nor any indication of any potential changes that will be made within its F1 operations for now. Speaking at the time of his appointment, bin Sulayem believed the appointment of Nielsen was significant in helping the organization move forward. He said, "We have dedicated a lot of time and effort to making significant informed changes to our Formula One team to create the right structure with the right people to oversee the future regulation of the sport. By developing and empowering people within our organization, as well as bringing in expertise and experience from the outside, I'm confident that we are in the best position possible to move forward together with our partners at FOM and the Formula One teams." At the start of this year, bin Sulayem announced that with his F1 team in place, he wanted to step back from day-to-day involvement in Grand Prix racing. An FIA spokesman said about that decision, "The FIA president has a wide remit that covers the breadth of global motorsport and mobility, and now that the structural reorganization in Formula One is complete, this is a natural next step." As part of his decision to not be so hands-on with F1, bin Sulayem recently appointed former journalist Dieter Renken to the role of F1 commissioner to help oversee future development of regulations, as well as assist in discussions over the next Concord agreement. This development strongly suggests that Nielsen may have resigned due to dissatisfaction with the organization's unwillingness to implement necessary changes in its race control operations. Nielsen, who took on the role in January with the mandate to address long-standing issues in race management, reportedly felt that the FIA was resistant to the changes he deemed essential for improving race control operations. The BBC, which is a reliable source, has reported on Nielsen's resignation, noting that no official reason has been provided for his departure. According to insider information from F1, Nielsen, aged 59, was dissatisfied with several aspects of his role and believed that the FIA was not receptive to the changes he advocated, to enhance the effectiveness of race control operations. If the insights from F1 insiders and the BBC are accurate, it implies a significant statement by Nielsen, the individual tasked with resolving the identified issues. His departure seems to stem from frustration with the management's reluctance to implement the necessary changes he proposed, and this situation becomes even more contentious as teams and drivers have reportedly supported Nielsen's move, with even George Russell acknowledging his efforts to enhance Formula One. Nielsen's decision to resign, communicated internally to the FIA on December 21st, appears to be driven by his belief that further progress is unattainable under the existing circumstances. This marks another significant resignation from the FIA, as Deborah Mayer stepped down from her role as the head of the FIA's Commission for Women back on December 13th, which does raise concerns about the FIA's internal stability. And the question is now how other teams will perceive these resignations and what implications they might have in the future. Reflecting on the broader issues within the FIA, one can point to instances of questionable race management throughout the season. While Nielsen, who joined only a few months ago, may not be directly at fault, concerns persist regarding the selection and consistency of stewards, including the frequent changes in the head steward position. Notable controversies this year, such as Max Verstappen's incident in Singapore and the track limits saga in Austria, underscore the challenges the FIA faces in effectively enforcing rules and maintaining race integrity. The Singapore incident, where Verstappen avoided penalties initially but was later deemed to deserve them, raised questions about the consistency and transparency of steward decisions. Similarly, the confusion surrounding track limits in Austria and delays in announcing penalties have contributed to the sense of chaos within F1's governing body. I think that with both Nielsen and Mayer leaving their positions, there is increasing pressure on the FIA's president, Mohammed Ben Sulayem, as the team's initial confidence in Nielsen's ability to address issues within the FIA now contrasts sharply with his decision to step away, citing a perceived lack of progress. The effect of these departures raises questions about the FIA's fitness for its governance role, and it remains to be seen how the teams and Formula One itself will react to these developments. I suspect that it became untenable because the tension between FOM and the FIA at the moment is higher than I've ever known it. The president of the FIA is the loosest of loose cannons and seems incapable of going a week without pulling the pin out of the next hand grenade, and his political staff are simply useless. The professionals at the FIA are mutinous, but anyone who argues with the president is swiftly removed. I gotta be honest, I have been quite surprised by Steve's behavior in recent years. In his previous roles as a team manager and sporting director, he used to be vocal about the unsustainable nature of triple headers and a 24-race season. However, it's disheartening to see him seemingly changed his stance after taking on a different position and after receiving a bit of money. Now he appears to endorse these ideas with enthusiasm. It will be intriguing to observe whether his perspective shifts again if he returns to a team environment. What will happen with the FIA and F1 as a unit, only time will tell, but we are definitely in for an interesting month and a half until the new season starts, because as we all know, drama is never ending in the world of Formula One. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think will happen with the FIA, and could Sulayem resign at some point in the near future?